Hi, good morning. This is One Day at a Time. I'm Coach Kathy, and welcome to the podcast again. Hey, I am loving on my little Itis today. It's his birthday. Happy 4 years old to my big boy Itis. Oh my gosh, he's our boy. He's a sweetheart. He's a lover. He's just a sweetie. Say hi, everyone. Say hi, Itis. Hi, Itis. Hi. What you doing? We have to find the things that give us the joy, and my animals give me lots and lots of joy. So, always good to have them around. And my other little girl is back here with me again. She's always close to my side, little Jazzy. So, we sit in this house and I'm out of the weather. It's really cold today. It's in the teens, maybe low 20s. And I'm inside staying warm. So I was out in the barn this morning and I had to do some cleaning. A daily chore for me is out in the barn. I spend 4 hours. I love to go out there and just be surrounded by the animals and be outside and get a good fresh breath of air and just smell it. When I walk outside, I just let the universe give me the power of the briskness this morning, and sometimes the sunshine shining on me. Today, as you can see outside, is one of our beautiful, beautiful cloudy Michigan days. So, living in Michigan sometimes can get us depressed. Blah, blah, excuse me. Living in Michigan, sometimes we can get depressed. We can get sad. We can get gloomy. We can get, what am I going to do today? I don't feel like going out. I had a client today, and she canceled because it was cold, and I so totally understand that. She's one of those people. I want to go to Michigan. I want to go to Florida all winter long, and I totally understand that. 15 degrees or 20 some degrees out in the barn. It's a little warmer in my indoor arena, but I can bundle up. I know exactly what to do to bundle up, but sometimes people come and they're not quite sure how to get dressed for winter. So, we'll schedule next week's supposed to be in the high 34, which is 10 degrees warmer, and it'll be the perfect time and the perfect moment to be in the barn with my horses again. So, today I wanted to talk to you about life before I went into recovery. I remember knowing in my heart told me that I was sick. I was doing things that I didn't want to do. I was depending on alcohol. I had fear every single day that, gosh, I didn't have enough alcohol in my bottle to make it through the day, to make it through the next morning so that I could get in the car and go. I knew I wanted to do something, but fear kept me sick. Fear kept me going forward and doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results, which is, of course, insanity. One of the steps in AA is to admit that our life is unmanageable and that we are insane. And that's a really hard thing to look at and say, am I insane? But it's facing fear. I don't think it's really insanity as much as it's facing fear, and the fear of change, the fear of what is my life going to be like if I change what I know. Even if knowing that I'm going to need some alcohol, I know that I need to go to the store and buy it. I know that I'm going to drink it when I need to or when I want to. I know I can call in some friends and they'll come and play with me. I know that the inside of my soul will be unhappy, but yet, I might have a big old smile on my face and be enjoying the moment that I'm in when I am partying. I knew that I would wake up in the morning and feel like hell, even though I told myself I'm going to do this differently. I'm not going to do it again like this. I'm not going to drink as much. I still knew that I could wake up in the morning and feel like hell. I also knew that I could rest and take care, and do what I needed to do to get to get myself moving again. And sometimes that meant drinking more drinks so that my body would start to recognize, this is what you're putting inside of it. This is what I'm used to. This is what I need. So, go for it. Go out, move yourself, push yourself, do it again. That was what I did. And I would tell myself, not going to keep doing this. But the fear of telling other people kept me sick. I did not want to tell anybody. I did not want anyone to know how sick I was. I did not want to, face that shame. And that's what that's what I knew. My fear of shame, my fear of saying to somebody, whether it's my best friend or my, at that time I had a husband, my kids, all the people that I played with, I'm going to have my mom. I was really worried about telling my mom, everybody knew I drank a lot, but a whole lot of people didn't know that my body would shake so much every single day, and that I had hidden bottles in my closet, and I had hidden bottles in my makeup containers and all that kind of stuff, just so that if somebody was around and I really, really needed it, I had a place to go and hide and sneak it and get it. So, the fact that was me back then, I know I don't hold that as shame and, oh my God, I can't believe that was me. I do say that, but what I can't believe is that I did it for so long, because I didn't know what else to do. I was a woman that didn't have a acquaintance even that had been drinking and was telling other people that she was now sober, that her life has changed, that this is what she did, this is where she went. I had not one person that I've ever talked to said, you know what, I went to a rehab, Kathy, and I feel so much better about it. Now that I'm in recovery, I know a lot of those people, of course, but nobody came out to me. Nobody had that conversation with me. So I'm having that conversation with you that, I'm willing to let you know that it was scary. It was scary, but today, hindsight, I wasted a lot of time in that fear of what shame might look like for me, of that fear of what life might look like differently to me. I always say that alcoholic beverage was my best friend. I wanted that to give me fun, to give me joy, to give me excitement, and all it did was give me a heartache and made me go against my value system in my life. It made me stay stuck in living a life that I was not happy with. I spent a lot of time. I have a spot on the sofa. I had the spot on the sofa that I broke the arm even on it. That that was my spot to sit and watch TV and just it's what I knew. And at the end I was filling water glasses up with vodka, so people didn't know if I was drinking water or vodka. So what I knew in my first step was to tell somebody, to reach my hand out to someone and say, I need your help. I need to know what to do now. I know that I need some help. I know that I probably more than likely need to go to a rehab. I didn't want to do that, of course. So I talked to a couple people, and we looked through the book, and the very first spot I found was a rehab that was close by. And, it was 7 or 14 days, and I'm thinking, I can do that. I don't want to, I can do that. So I told my family, I told my friends, I told my kids, and, I had to wait a weekend before they even had a available spot for me. And, in that weekend, I was able to show a few people how bad my body was reacting to my drinking. And I could tell you that they were shocked. Some of them were pissed. Some of them were really mad at me that I was doing this to myself. And some of them got really, really scared for me, My mom, I know, sobbed. She couldn't believe that that's what I was doing to myself, that I got myself, that I was there, and that my life was depending upon a drink. And she was there for me, though. She sat with me one afternoon all day, because I was afraid that me quitting me trying to stop was scary. My heart was pounding. I didn't know if I would have a heart attack. And, she was there for me. She sat with me. And, it's just, it's going back to that moment, going back to that scary moment of, going to the rehab, saying goodbye to my family, the shame, the regret, the what the ugh, did I do to myself? What the heck did I do to myself? I swore, I said a lot more words than what the heck, that's for sure, so I got there. I don't know. It's just, it felt like it was where I needed to be. By the time I got there, I was shaking. My heart was crazy. My blood pressure was out of this world. By the time they sat me down and they put, they did my blood pressure, they rushed me back in and put me on some meds in order to balance all that out. And I was shaking uncontrollably, and that was my first day sober in a long, long time. The next day, it was miserable. I sat in my chair in my bed, and they put me in a room with another person, and it looked like a hospital. And I was shaking and upset and feeling sick and being sick, and not able to eat, and all the toxins were starting to leave my body. It was a really, really miserable state, and I put myself there. I put myself there for fear of I knew years ago that I needed some help and I needed a change, and I just kept letting myself get worse. So if you are in that spot of knowing in your heart knows that something is wrong, that you are doing things that is not who you want to be, that you've lost control of bits and pieces of your heart and of your soul and of your body, then please reach out. You're welcome to contact me. I can help you find the people that you need to go to. I can help you make that choice and that decision that you want to make. Or that you have to make, I should say, because you probably don't want to. You want to keep doing what you know. You want that insane life that, that we do. So, stepping into that rehab and sitting there I was there for a whole 7 or 8 days. I think I should have stayed for 14. I should have stayed for 30 probably, but my insurance said 7 was enough. By the time I left there, I was eating. My body felt better. My shakes were gone. I had been introduced to AA at that time. I didn't want to know anything about it. I didn't even, it's like, I ain't doing that. There's no way that I'm going to go to AA. I can do this on my own. I don't need any help. I don't need to go to therapy. I can do this on my own. I'm a strong woman. I can do this. So, I went home. To the same stuff that I normally did. I went out with my friends. I stayed without drinking, and they drank. I told them it was okay. That's what I want to do. This is my new life. So I'm the one that has to get used to this new life, which is very, very true. And I tried to stay in and do everything that I used to do. It was less than 20 days, and I decided that I was well enough, that the shakes were now gone, and that I could have a drink. I could now drink normally. This is what I want to do. I want to drink normally. I want to have a drink on a Friday night, maybe 3. And I did. I had, I think, 3 drinks my very first time I drank. I did well. That's all I did. I went home. I slept. I woke up. I felt good. And I waited a whole week before I did it again. And the next time I had, I think, probably 4 or 5. And the next morning, I didn't drink right away in the morning. I didn't need it yet again. And I think I drank that night again. It was less than a week after that point that I was drinking 24/7 again and hiding it now. No, I don't want anybody really to even to know that I'm doing it. So, I hid again, sitting in fear. I didn't want to go back to that place. I didn't want to go back to rehab. So I did everything I could to hide and lie and cheat. And, steal people's truth or steal people's trust in me. I did all that. So, I made big mistakes. I didn't change anything in my life. And it took me, I think it was September that I went to my first one in 2011. And I went back into rehab again February 11th, 2012. So it took me a while. I would do bouts of feeling good again and getting myself back to sobriety and going a couple weeks without drinking again, and then I'd slowly, something would come up or a reason, or I didn't even have to have a reason. I just wanted to drink, and I would stop at a liquor store and mix a drink in the parking lot and go for it and just hide it. So, today I'm so glad to be out of hiding. I'm so glad to be out in the open. I guess you can kind of say I'm out of the closet. We all come out of the closet for different things, and this is the one thing that I came out of the closet for. And today is facing our fear, knowing and looking at your life. So I'm asking that today you look at your life. Am I happy in what I'm doing? Is my heart doing what I want to do? Am I crossing my value system into when I take a drink or when I go do something that I'm not happy about doing? Am I crossing over into a value system that is not who I am? Am I doing things that are not in my value system? And, maybe it's your spiritual values. Maybe it's your, just your heart values. Maybe it's all of them together. So today, look at yourself. I'm asking that we take care of ourselves. One of the things I want all of us to do is to fall in love with who we are. And it's not always easy. It's not an everyday thing, even for me at this point in my life. So, today, I'm asking that you look at yourself, and if there's some things about yourself that you don't like, then, write them down, and let's start with that. Let's start with doing something today about recognizing what your truth is. So, that's what I got today. That's my story. That's my conversation with you today. Thank you for tuning in, and I ask that you follow your heart. Follow who you are, and take a chance, get out of the, face your fear, face a change, because life is precious. So happy day to you, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great one. Love y'all.